What's going on? It's your favorite Disney dork, Dave, and I just got out of the Fantastic Four movie. But before that, today on the day of recording, actually before we were going to start to record the wrestling podcast, it was announced that Hulk Hogan passed away. I just wanted to give right here my condolences to the family, and obviously the whole wrestling community's torn about it. There's a lot of negative, there's a lot of positive. I do want to do my own video about it, but I wanted to, right before this, I just wanted to be like, rest in peace, brother. Like, you were a part of my childhood, no matter what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. You were a part of my childhood. You made me love wrestling, because the NWO, I felt like I was a part of the NWO. Now, on to the Fantastic Four. What a movie. First, obviously, trailers. New Now You See Me. I saw the first two. I don't know if I'll see this one. There's a new trailer for there's the trailer for the new Pandora movie, Fire and Ash. I've never seen the other two. I want to. They're both on Disney Plus. Actually, I have the first one on Blu-ray, like the big. It was like, I forget how expensive it was. I obviously got it when like it was dirt cheap, but like the big projector cut, ultra 4K, whatever. But the oh man, what are they called? I know what they're called because I love Pandora and Disney. The avatars of like the Fire Tribe, I guess you can call them. They look really cool. They look badass. They're kind of dope. I have to watch the first two because I kind of want to see this movie. But now on to Fantastic Four. Obviously, spoilers. We start off, it's kind of funny because Superman last week started off 300 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 months ago, 3 hours ago, and this one started off 4 years ago. 4 years ago is when the Fantastic Four first became the Fantastic Four, is when they first went into outer space. That is when they got their powers, because obviously they didn't do an origin story. They just did like a recap. They were on like a talk show, and that's how it starts. It starts, Sue's pregnant, obviously, like we saw from the trailers. They're sitting having dinner, and they talk actually in the here we go again, back and forth, in the like leading up to backstory type thing. They show them fighting with the Mole Man, and they're actually kind of cool with Mole Man. They show them fighting, I want to say the beast's name is Giganto. I think that's who it is. They show him fighting Giganto. They cut out Red Ghost from the movie. I don't know why, but they showed him fighting the Red Ghost orangutans. I think that was all. So then they're back at dinner. Sue finds out she's pregnant. Johnny does the whole "you're late" thing from the trailer. That all happens. They're sitting, and they get an alert on their phones, and they look outside, and that's when the Silver Surfer comes. I didn't mind the female Silver Surfer. She comes, Galactus is coming for your planet, this, that, everything. So they decide to go to outer space. She's leaving, and Johnny chases after her, which I actually liked Johnny in this movie. He wasn't like the womanizer that he usually is. He chases after her, and she says something in like her native language, and that's almost his like side plot in the whole movie. Is him trying to figure out her native language. They like trace her powers, not powers. What's the word I want? They trace her body, like they find her energy. They trace her energy to other planets, or where other planets were, and they realize that wherever she was at, there was a planet, but then there wasn't. So they say they're going after Galactus. They find Galactus. Galactus kind of finds them. They get there, and Galactus is going through a planet. Sue makes them invisible. It doesn't work like Galactus scans the whole it's really cool. He scans the whole ship, and then like he shows and he goes down and scans Sue's stomach, and they get like, no one calls it a tractor beam, but obviously it's a tractor beam. They get pulled into his tractor beam. He was like, it's either Earth or your baby, and they were like, we'll never give up your baby. He basically put Sue into pregnancy, put Sue into contractions. I don't know he made Sue like water, like she's standing there like, oh my god, my water broke. So they're trying to get out of his ship while she's pregnant. Johnny's trying to fight the Silver Surfer. He's losing oxygen because obviously the Human Torch in him, the fire, is burning the oxygen he has left. They get back to the ship. They're trying to leave. Sue's going crazy because she's having contractions. They're trying to get out. They find they have like, I don't know what it's called. I've also seen them in like Star Wars, almost like a jumper. They called it a TDR. I think they called it a TDL, and it like attaches to the ship, and that's how they go like light speed. They get into that. They go light speed. Silver Surfer follows them through it. They get out to where there's a black hole, and they were trying to trap the Silver Surfer in the black hole. They knew she wasn't gonna die in there. They just said it would hold her off for like a month. They get that. As they're doing that and trying to get back to Earth, that's when Sue has the baby. So she technically has a baby in outer space, which is kind of cool. They get back to Earth. They were gone for a month. It didn't seem like that, but I guess to get back without the like TDR or light speed thing, it took them about a month. They get back. There's reporters. How did you defeat Galactus? We didn't. Galactus told us we can spare Earth if you give us our child, but we're not giving up the child. He sees the potential, not potential, I guess he notices the power inside of Franklin, which if you know the comics, you know that when Sue was actually giving birth to Franklin, it was going to kill her just because of how strong he is. They had to go, Johnny and Ben had to go somewhere to get some kind of scepter, I believe, or something. I don't know. I'm not into comics like I used to be. So they get back to Earth. They're trying to figure out ways to get Galactus, to have Galactus not attack Earth. Mr. Fantastic comes to a conclusion of, let's just move Earth. I have these little transporters. Let's build transporters all over the world. We'll move Earth from here to another spot where it could take Galactus 1,000,000 years to find us. They get them all built. They show well, I don't want to call her that yet. They show the female Silver Surfer going back to Galactus. She's like, I'm sorry I failed you. And he was like, go get Earth. Go get the baby. We're going. Galactus looked really cool. Obviously, in the first Silver Surfer, when the male Silver Surfer was in the old Fox movie, Galactus was like a cloud. So stupid. This Galactus was really cool. Really cool. And it's all mechanical. They showed everything, how he's connected to the ship, and the ship is kind of, Mr. Fantastic kind of figures out the ship is his power, but not really. As they get all the teleporters up all around the world. They go to start to turn them on, and right as the last one's about to turn on, the Silver Surfer gets to Earth and destroys the last one. She's going through to destroy all of them. The one in Times Square, she was going to destroy, but when she got there, Johnny stopped her because the whole point of the movie, the whole like plot of Johnny in the movie was trying to figure out what she said in her language. He figured it out, so he was playing through all the screens in Times Square. He was playing on repeat what her world was saying. He found out her name was Shalabal. He had recordings of her planet thanking Shalabal for protecting them because she became Galactus's herald, Galactus's herald, to spare her planet, which is what they were trying to do. But that's what the Fantastic Four was trying to do, figure out how to spare their own planet. But he said, what about all these other planets, the ones that you were there that got killed? He starts playing all those, and she's like, how did you figure this out? How did you find that out? They had recordings from like intergalactic travel, I guess, that he would always listen to, and he figured out, because she said a phrase to him, and then she said what it meant, and he was able to like Duolingo almost the whole thing. It showed him kind of smart. Like it was actually kind of cool. He wasn't just like the womanizer, like I said before. That happens. Her and Johnny are up in like the atmosphere talking, and Johnny's like, tell Galactus to take me. I'll be his new herald. And she was like, it's not for you. It's not your choice. And he was like, well, why was it your choice? You don't really see her after that part for a little bit. But they realized that since there's only one transporter left, they're gonna just transport Galactus somewhere. They know without his ship, he doesn't have his powers. He won't last long. So they use Franklin as like a decoy. They put Franklin in the last transporter, the one in Times Square that wasn't destroyed. Galactus gets there. He's huge. He gets there and he like cannonballs onto Earth. It's kind of funny because he lands in water looking like Godzilla and the Dragon Zord coming out of the water. Ben was like, they're gonna come through Times Square. All these people are gonna get hurt. They're gonna die. So Sue Storm made a deal with Mole Man to let everybody go underground. That's kind of cool. He was also like in the movie. He didn't seem like that much of a bad guy. But Galactus comes. They're fighting through. He gets to right before he gets to Franklin. They swap out the carriages he was in. So there's an empty carriage, and Franklin goes back to the Baxter Building. As soon as Galactus was about to enter like the triangle where they would have teleported him, he realizes that the baby's not there. So they're trying to fend him off. Sue's using her powers. You see Mr. Fantastic's powers. All their powers looked really good. Like the fire looked really good. Sue's invisibility powers were really cool. Mr. Fantastic's stretching ability looked really good. Ben looked really cool. It was a live action suit, I want to say is what they called it. It wasn't like CGI. It wasn't done like Ninja Turtles or something. It was an actual suit the actor was in. I'll get to that later, because there's little things in the movie that I want to talk about, but I kind of want to do like the plot summary quick first. Galactus gets to the Baxter Building. He grabs the baby. He's headed back to his ship, but Sue, Mom Sue kicked in. She was using all her powers to try to stop him from leaving. She grabbed him one time and he swatted her powers away. But you can see she's a mom. You're taking my baby. That's not happening. I'm not letting you happen. I thought they were gonna have a little bit of Malice, which is her evil entity, kind of like the Phoenix. I thought that was coming out. It didn't, but it was there. She's pushing Galactus into the teleporter that they were gonna do. She's pushing, and you can tell she's using all her energy, all her strength. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna give herself a brain aneurysm. She finally pushes Galactus through. Right before Galactus goes through the portal, Mr. Fantastic grabs Franklin out of his hand to save it. Galactus comes back through the portal, and you hear Johnny go, tell my cousin I love him, or tell Franklin his uncle Johnny loves him. He's about to go through the portal to push Galactus through, because you can see he was torn. He was like, I need to get Galactus away from here. You can see it in his face. Right before he pushes Galactus through, Shia LaBeouf comes out of nowhere and knocks Johnny out. She goes through the portal with Galactus. She sacrificed herself. They're dead. They're not dead. It's not confirmed that they're dead. They could both come back. There was rumors that she was going to die in the movie. She didn't technically die. She's not really dead. After that, you see Sue Storm on the ground. She's dead. Mr. Fantastic's trying to give her mouth to mouth. No pulse, no nothing. Franklin's going crazy. Franklin's in Ben's arms. He's crying. He knows what's going on. They give her to Franklin. They give Franklin to Mr. Fantastic, but Franklin's still trying to get at Mom. Oh my god, Mom. He's crying. As soon as he gets on top of Sue, he stops crying. And you can see that he's doing something to her. They zoom in on her hands, and her fingers start to twitch, and she comes back to life with it looked like blue cosmic powers in her eyes. And that's how she came back. And yeah, Franklin is in the comics, Franklin's super crazy strong. He can age himself. I think I know he fast forwards his age. I don't know if he de-ages, but like I said before, he was gonna kill Sue when she was pregnant with him. Not from her own, not because he's evil, because he just had so much power. So they're safe. She's back. The worlds thank him. They go back to the Baxter Building. It's kind of funny because Ben, Mr. Fantastic, and Human Torch are trying to put the babysitter in just like any other guy would. Everybody looked good. Shia LaBeouf looked good. Galactus looked amazing. I loved the way Galactus looked. Ben looked really cool. I like Ben. So there's a part where Mr. Fantastic tells everybody in the world we need to conserve power to get these. So every night at 8 o'clock it's lights out till whenever. And Ben's shaving in the one part and the lights go out. And he's only his face is only half shaved. So he's going back to his room, and Johnny's like, oh, that looks good on you. And that point through the rest of the movie, he had a beard and a mustache, and he actually did. He looked really cool. It was really good. Sue's powers were cool. Mr. Fantastic's powers were cool. Human Torch, I always love the Human Torch powers. The actor kind of reminded me of a young Chris Evans, because Chris Evans playing the first Human Torch in the first Fantastic Four movies. Kind of reminded me of him a little bit. I don't know about Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. It was kind of weird. I don't know. I saw The Mandalorian for whatever reason. That's really all the movie. I mean, there was 2 after credit scenes. The first one, it shows 4 years later. So obviously Franklin's 4. It's Franklin and Sue sitting on the couch reading a book about a butterfly. I don't know if that means anything, but then they're leaving. She goes to get another book and she senses something coming back, and I was like, oh my god, Franklin like aged himself. No, she goes back to Franklin and Dr. Doom's there talking to Franklin. You don't hear him, you don't see him, he's holding his mask, but they show Dr. Doom in this movie. Maybe that's why they transport to 616. It was never shown why they get there. Obviously that's going to be something in Doomsday that they're going to talk about, which I think is the next Marvel movie. I'm probably wrong, I could be wrong. But that was really cool. The crowd went crazy when he showed up. The second after credit scene was kind of like they just made a cartoon for the Fantastic Four, like an opening. Like there's a cartoon that kids could watch on that world of the Fantastic Four, but they just kind of showed the intro to it. It was a weird after credit scene. I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting. I'm gonna throw this in somewhere. I remember what I wanted to talk about before. I thought about it. I don't know. It clicked on the way home. So our MCU obviously is 616, like the comics. This showed in the beginning Earth 828, and I was like, oh, 828, whatever. They're just throwing numbers together. No, at the end of the movie, they show a quote from Jack Kirby, and they had his date of birth and the date he passed away. He was born August 28th, 828. I thought that was really cool. Now back to the other video. That was it. Fantastic Four, great movie. Do I put it above or below Superman? That I have no idea. I really don't. I'm not sure. It's a Marvel movie. Like I love most of the Marvel movies. Incredible Hulk was garbage. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Doomsday is the next movie. I could be wrong. We'll probably find out more this weekend in SDCC, which they're showing a lot of cool stuff. Maybe I might do a video about stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. I might not. I think that was it. That was all for today. So thank you for crowning this journey with me, and see you guys later, brother.